Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. Today we're going to be looking at FatLogic. I haven't looked at this Reddit pretty much ever. Shout out to Caleb for sending me this. This post was truly wild. So let's get into it. It says here that losing weight equals violence. Just a reminder that if you post about intentional weight loss, I will very likely just unfriend you. It's sad, triggering, and commits a type of violence towards all fat people who have to read those words, reminding us that we are seen as something to be gotten rid of, an eyesore, and you never fail to attach harmful stereotypes and myths along with it. I don't need that. I won't tolerate it. So, what part of ED logic is this person exemplifying? It's this part. Reminding us that we are seen as something to be gotten rid of. That is completely over-identifying with your weight. So this person believes that if you lose weight, you lose yourself by extension. You lose everything about you. That is pathological thinking, okay? As far as the violence, that is just wild. Obviously, it's ridiculous. I don't even really know what to say. Other than they really think that if you lose weight, it's like you're killing a person or something. It's crazy. So somebody said, I unfriend, I'm sick of it. Now let's read more. What if it is truly for health reasons? I've always loved my size, but I'm at my heaviest and my joints hurt so badly that now losing weight isn't a terrible idea. I'm all for fat positivity and I represent it, but not all weight loss is evil or self-hatred. There's an angry emoji there. I think the person responded, I mean, it is though. There's no health reason to lose weight. That's the fat acceptance rhetoric. Weight loss is not shown to improve joint health. While it can temporarily relieve some pain, it doesn't fix the underlying issue. This isn't true. And since 95% of people gain back the weight, damn, 95%, just can't get over. Gain back the weight, but with less muscle, which will make joint pain even worse. It makes absolutely no sense. Muscle building is the absolute best treatment for joint pain. You can lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, especially when you're super morbidly obese. I've done it before. I did it last year. If you exercise, you'll build muscle. As long as you're getting enough protein. It's just crazy. But I think what's important to think about when we look at this is how the rhetoric is like going into people's conversations and they're actually like talking things through and like trying to push it. And that's why we do have to push back, because it is spreading. You know, I do think there is an idea that fat acceptance is dying. I think it is dying as far as like on TikTok, but it's spreading to like a more mainstream place, and it's coming across on like Instagram, Facebook. You know, even in real life, you could probably hear a fat acceptance conversation if you pay attention. So I think it's important to, you know, provide some pushback. I definitely advocate to push back on this type of stuff. Like, no health reason to lose weight. They shouldn't, you know, if you ever heard that in person, I would advocate for you to say, that's not true. You know, I just don't think something like that should be just said with silence following it. It's just wild. Okay, let's read some of the comments of the people. You heard it here first. Intentional weight loss commits violence against all fat people. I just had to add the comments below since Someone admitted that not all weight loss is bad. And of course, someone else just had to point out that there are no health reasons to lose weight. You are only allowed to gain muscle if you have joint pain. Oh, man. I think to me, it's just like, I just can't imagine trying to live by that standard. Does that make sense? I just can't imagine it. It's just it's so much madness. This person says, it doesn't fix the underlying issue, quote unquote. What issue could possibly be more underlying than that your joints are carrying hundreds of pounds in unnecessary weight 24/7? I'd really like to hear what this person thinks causes joint pain. There's also hormonal issues with having a large amount of fat on your body that also make it worse, because we talk about it on the channel. But if you're obese, if you're morbidly obese, it makes your estrogen go up. If your estrogen goes up too high, then it will make your adrenaline go up. Eventually, it makes your cortisol go up. Cortisol and adrenaline are highly related. If you're in a cortisol state, then it breaks down protein in the body, including something like joints. So there is a hormonal aspect to joint pain, because it causes that inflation response, and it causes the breakdown of protein and muscle and all these things in the body when your cortisol is too high for too long, which will happen if your estrogen is too high for too long, which will happen if you are morbidly obese and super morbidly obese. So there are hormonal reasons for joint pain from the weight, as well as, the mechanical issues. So the physical, actual weight problems of carrying the extra weight on top of it. So you are hit by multiple fronts when you have obesity, when you are obese. It's just awful. The underlying issue is a lack of trusting, bro. Oh my gosh. The joints are obviously too weak to carry those glorious 500 pounds. You just need to lift more. Sweet suffering Jesus. Either these people take the weirdly detached living in a fat body approach, or they think they are their fat. Yeah, that's an ED thing. It's wild. Weight loss is not shown to improve joint health. Yeah, I was going to say there's probably tons of anecdotal. My knees are better. Dare I say. So when my knees stopped hurting after losing 30 pounds, it was just a happy accident. It had nothing to do with the weight loss. Got it. Stupid. Do you guys know? I think I heard that like your weight, it multiplies on your knees, like as you walk and as you do things. So it could be like, I think I read somewhere, I heard somewhere that it could be like up to 4 times as much weight off of your knees of what you lose. So I've lost 100 pounds. So that means like, I guess at least with the step, I'm taking off tons and tons of pressure off my knees. It's like, that has to affect you. I'm sorry. Like, it's just so, oh my gosh. It's horrifying. It's so horrifying that people actually believe it, Yeah, who would want to be friends with someone like this anyway? She demands her friends be in pain and die early to coddle her insecurities. What a disgusting human. That's a great point. I love that comment. Okay, let's see this person's comment. I love how these people think they're such a prize that their threats of "screw you guys, I'm going home" will be a devastating loss to social media quote unquote friends, aka not real friends. Similar to fat activists on TikTok who threaten they'll unfollow influencers who've left the cult. Something I learned in therapy is that self-absorbed narcissistic people think everyone thinks like them. So they use their own worst fears as punishment against others. E.g., they have a terror of abandonment, so they abandon others as a manipulation tactic because they think that that will motivate the other person to apologize and beg for forgiveness. Unfortunately, the result is typically, I'm actually cool with the unfriending because you've been killing my vibe for years, but I never had the heart to ditch your fragile ass. That's pretty much, wow. That's harsh, but yeah. I had an IRL person who did this dramatic unfriending to me a couple years ago, triggered by me having the audacity to have a glow up and develop confidence. Wow, that's crazy. The other week, they were in all up my DMs, acting like nothing happened and clearly gearing up to ask for a favor. Blocked her because life has been amazing without her, LOL. Yeah, I would say a lot of times people, they do act like the threat of like getting out of your life is always bad. And again, I don't mean to say this, but like in a mean way, but as an introvert, I've said many times, one less person, one less problem. That's kind of the mindset. So it's like if somebody really did all that, like because I posted that I lost weight, I don't even think I would care. I think that that's just so... Anyways. I would generally love to speak to someone who thinks like this in person. The few people I've spoken to who believe in fat phobia are still smart enough to understand that obesity is unhealthy. Any sort of conversation on the topic with those people I know is usually either me validating vents about people being cruel or a back and forth conversation about the science of it all. I'm just very curious to see how quickly actual FA arguments will crumble if they don't have the time to mull it over on a keyboard. LOL. Way too fast. I don't know if people talk about it all the time. I think they try to just use like emotional and social pressures. Basically, that's all they have. All about body autonomy until someone decides to lose weight. How effing self-centered and narcissistic do you have to be to tell someone who's vulnerable enough to admit that their weight is causing their issues and that they want to lose it, that it's all evil? It won't do anything for the underlying issue and they'll probably gain it back. Ugh. Yeah, that's a really good comment. These people suck the life out of others. I don't know what else to say. You know, it's fat enforcement. This is perfect. I have said that before. I need to start saying that on the channel because that's so true. So true. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to keep it like a shorter video today because I kind of started late and I tried to film something else and it didn't work out. But I wanted to cover this. And yeah, we don't always have to be super long on here. But I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. I'm going to do another video for Friday. So let me know what you think about this. I guess I don't know. It's kind of sad. Some of it is kind of sad. This one was kind of sad to me. But I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.